Hello, and welcome to the itelligence quick demonstration of the it.enterprise load builder. The enterprise load builder is a way to streamline and bundle your purchasing requirements together in order to get reduced purchasing prices from your vendors, as well as maybe hit some of those vendor minimums that are out there from your suppliers. Today we're going to jump into the SAP landscape and take a look at the tool itself. The tool is really broken up into two main areas. On the top half of the screen, what we have are restrictions. These restrictions can be used in a multitude of ways. If you're buying from external suppliers, these restrictions can be used to either meet vendor minimums, they can be used to hit vendor price breaks, or they can be used in order to bulk buy based on full container loads that you might need to buy from specific vendors. As well as these can be used between your own internal areas or plants via stock transfers. So if you want to, between your facilities, generate stock transfers that are full truckloads or move stock around and inventory around based on excess that might exist at other facilities rather than buying externally, this is a great tool for you. So these restrictions show us what we need to hit based on our scenario. In today's example, we're buying from an external vendor, and they have a requirement that we need to buy a minimum of $10,000 worth, as well as a minimum of 100 units. Again, this can be based on volumes, it can be based on weights. There's a multitude of restrictions that we can utilize to drive our business processes. On the bottom half of the screen, we either have purchasing requisitions or purchase orders that we need to buy from this specific vendor that we can attempt to group together. You see we have a multitude of items that we need to buy and their quantities listed, as well as values and weights. We also have a multitude of facilities. We have plant 1,000 and 1,100 that we can purchase from in this example. What we can do is we can try and hit those vendor minimums based on the items that we're selecting. So for example, if we try to use this individual item, we can refresh our restrictions. You'll see that if we do that, we are going to meet the minimum that we have in terms of units that we need to purchase, 120 over 100, but we're not meeting the minimum that we have from a target value perspective of US dollars. We only have 1,500 versus the 10,000 that we need to be purchasing for this item. You see it updated now. What we can do is we can continue to select multiple of these to attempt to hit our vendor minimum. So if we want to select this middle item that we have here, we want to select a few items from down below, as well as a few items from above, we can go through and select and group those together to try and hit the vendor minimums of the target that you see above. What we also want to take into account is the facility that we're purchasing from. If we're purchasing from multiple plants or facilities, we want to also have the system automatically generate the stock transfers to that individual facility that we might be utilizing. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to select a few other facilities. We're going to select this top one, so that's plant 100, or excuse me, 1,000. We're going to select a few of these bottom ones here. That's plant 1,000 or 1,100. We can even select the middle one here. If we once again refresh our restrictions, you'll see that we've now achieved everything that we needed to purchase from, and we can go ahead and create this purchase order collectively out to this individual vendor in our scenario. It asks us what plant we want to receive into. So in this case, we can receive maybe into plant 1,000 and then do the stock transfer internally for us to plant 1,100. The great thing about this is that inside of the enterprise load builder, this will actually perform that process for you. So as we enter in the plant that we're wanting to execute in, we can enter in that plant data. We can then go ahead and hit enter. And what this is going to do is not only generate that collective purchase order with the number that you see there, but it's also generating that stock transfer so that once we receive that inventory in, it will automatically move to another location. This tool is a great way to be able to bundle your purchases together, get those reduced purchasing prices from your vendor, and drive more efficiencies in your buying process. For more information about the it.enterprise load builder or other itelligence proprietary items, please visit the itelligence ad store at adstore.itelligencegroup.com. Thank you.